Hello and welcome to another episode of Bible News where we read through the scriptures one chapter at a time every single day, letting God's word speak clearly and powerfully. Today, Olaitan from Abuja will be reading Genesis chapter 40. In this chapter, we find Joseph in prison interpreting the dreams of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. It's a powerful reminder that even when forgotten by others, God never forgets his own, and his plan is always in motion. Now let's listen carefully as she reads Genesis chapter 40.
Now, some time later, the butler and the baker of the king of Egypt offended their lord, Egypt's king. And Pharaoh was angry with his officers, the chief of the butlers and the chief of the bakers. He put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard, in the prison where Joseph was confined. And the captain of the guard put them in Joseph's charge, and he served them, and they continued in custody for some time. And they both dreamed a dream in the same night, each man according to the personal significance of the interpretation of his dream. The butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were confined in the prison. When Joseph came to them in the morning and looked at them, he saw that they were sad and depressed. So he asked Pharaoh's officers who were in the custody with him in his master's house, "Why do you look so dejected and sad today?" And they said to him, "We have dreamed dreams, and there is no one to interpret them." And Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams, I pray you." And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph and said to him, "In my dream, I saw a vine before me, and on the vine were 3 branches. Then it was as though it budded. Its blossoms burst forth, and the clusters of them brought forth ripe grapes, almost all at once. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup. Then I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand." And Joseph said to him, "This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position, and you will again put Pharaoh's cup into his hand, as when you were his butler. But think of me when it shall be well with you, and show kindness, I beg of to me, and mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this house. For truly I was carried away from the land of the Hebrews by unlawful force, and hereto I have done nothing for which they should put me into the dungeon." When the chief baker saw the interpretation was good, he said to Joseph, "I also dreamed, and behold, I had 3 cake baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket were some of all kinds of baked food for Pharaoh, but the birds of prey were eating out of the basket on my head." And Joseph answered, "This is the interpretation of it. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head, but will have you beheaded and hung on a tree, and you will not so much as be given burial, but the birds will eat your flesh. And on the 3rd day, Pharaoh's birthday, he made a feast for all his servants, and he lifted up the heads of the chief butler and the chief baker by inviting them also amongst his servants. And he restored the chief butler to his butlership, and the butler gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But Pharaoh hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. But even after all that, the chief butler gave no thought to Joseph, but forgot all about him. Olaitan Lasisi, reporting for Bible News.
This chapter reminds us that even in isolation and delay, God is preparing us for greater things. Joseph may have been in prison, but he was still walking in purpose, using his gifts and staying faithful, trusting God's timing. Be encouraged, stay connected as we continue through the book of Genesis. This is Bible News, where the word speaks and we listen. Until tomorrow, stay hopeful, stay faithful, and stay in the word. God bless you. This is Kenny for Bible News.
Is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto